So I just got back. I had to grab myself a little screwdriver set, and I totally forgot, like, I haven't even eaten this evening. It's 6:30. So I was like, you know what? Bag of chips, little Coke. So I got this going for me while I do the install for the underglow. Now the underglow kit that I chose, no, I didn't use XK or any of those major brands really. Like, I feel like underglow shouldn't be all that costly. You know, I get you paid for the quality, but at the same point, like, it's not even a ruckus, dude. Like, and I say that, and you should see the wheels that I'm actually ordering for it. But you know what? With wheels, I can always put that onto a ruckus if I decide to buy one later on. Now, for this thing, body-wise and stuff, it's something that's gonna stick on. It's not something that's gonna be drilling on. So, oh well. With this one, I just went with a different route. So the one that I got is literally not even branded. It says motorcycle LED light kits. Yeah, there's no actual branding on this. Easy to install, music sync, app and RF remote control. Okay, 16 million DIY colors. Yeah, bullshit. All right, user manual. Wow, this is literally the same kit that I had, except the back plate is not chrome. It's all black, which is nice. So I guess I'll just pop this open real quick. Get to it. So I went with a kind of a rock light style. I don't like seeing the RGB LED strips across the bottom of the frame, because when you're turning or even just standing behind it, you can literally see the diodes, you can see the LED strip. I don't like that. I want glow. I don't want to see lights. I want to see glow. I think that's kind of the whole intention of underglow, not under lights.
Get shit on!
So here's the kit that I got. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's 7 or 8 of these little things. Now, I am gonna save just a couple of them because I think there's a fender kit that I would like to install on the bike. And I think I'm gonna want this on the fork on one of them to light up the new wheels that I have just placed the order with. It's gonna be sick to see. Like, and it's not gonna be black wheels either. So that's all I'm gonna save for it. But like I said, I do want to keep a couple of these diodes because I do want my wheels to get a little bit of lighting too. Whatever I can to bring attention to this bike at night, because the last thing I want to be doing is getting ran over. Yeah, I guess I'm about to get started with this. I literally just need to pop off the battery box cover, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8 screws. Pop that off. I'm going to take off the old controller from my old kit and see if I can tuck that wiring just a little bit better. I had some issues on the front, the framing, not the fork, but literally that center frame rail that runs right down below from the battery box. I can't figure out the best way to hide those wires besides drilling and tucking into the frame, but at that point it's so much work. I'm not really trying to like tear this bike up and do plugs and stuff, so oh well, I'd rather deal with the cheap strands than have to do all that for now. Because, like, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be ordering some badass parts for this bike, but I'm not going full showcase. So, anyway, I'll quit blabbing my ADHD. Let me throw down some of these munchies real quick, not sponsored, and I'll get on the bike. All right, so before I go any further, I did get the app downloaded. I have it switched off right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and just do a test plug. I haven't figured out this blue wire just yet. I'm sure it's common sense and it's not just clicking to me. But I've got this plugged up. I'm about to switch on the app and see what it does. Okay, so we just went to the app, switched to the on position. Overall, I think I paid like 28 bucks. It doesn't seem too bad. I feel like it could be a little bit brighter, but we're not going to be able to tell until it gets into later to the night. So I'm going to go ahead and start lining this up and yeah, see what it comes out to. Scratch that. Actually, before I get any further, I'm going to do this now, unlike last time, and that is going to be figuring out where I'm going to mount this little guy at. I sadly don't have any 3M on me for some double-sided sticky, but I will find a place to brace this to. Luckily, it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zips, so should be just enough for me to find a place to put this down at. But I'm starting to realize here, I was about to mount my controller back over towards the ignition cylinder here, and I was like, well, I wonder why this is so loose on the back side here on the top end. Let me bring you guys around real quick. Let me just do that. So right up here, there's a Phillips end up the top side here. See that? Zoom out a bit for you guys. I have no way to get a screwdriver end straight at that. Sorry, let's go up here. Yeah, straight at that. There is absolutely no way for me. Yeah, there we go. See that? I can't come in here and I can't come on the other side. So what I have to do is I've got myself, let's see, what did I grab? I got a 5/16 here. So what I'm gonna do is take these top 2 bolts, one here, one under the cylinder here, pop these off, tighten this back down, and then set this back on. Because all the stuff on IceBears rattle. So there's one issue I found, I'm gonna fix that. Now that I got that off, I can get up here and undo these. And it sucks, man. I wish I had a freaking socket this size, but sadly I just don't. So this is gonna take me a bit. I'm gonna cut to it. I'm gonna come back and let you know when this is down. All right, so officially got that out. I don't know why they made those two the strongest out of anything else to be tightened down. Yeah, because that shit was loose. Okay. Now that it's kind of in, let's get that one tightened too. If I had some Loctite, believe me, I would use it. But that's what I got for now, is my hands. So we get this 5/16 back on with the washers. Don't forget your washers. And we'll get this all set up and get back to the underglow. So here we go. And bam, bomb's your uncle. What's that? Okay, before you guys get crazy, remember, please, a clean surface is what you need. Because by the time you put on the 3M that comes on the backing of your lights that are custom cut for it, you're gonna have such a hard time going to get the 3M sticky, cutting around it to set it back in, perfect placement around the inside of the back of the diodes, to place it back on the frame. You don't want to do the job twice. So just glass cleaner and a rag at least. I will say for my bike, I might order an extra kit just to have this, And you can't go wrong with extra diodes just in case you break some. But the thing that I want to do, let me turn this for you guys and bring it down. I have my first diode here, like I said, on the first end of that curve right here on the beginning of my framing. And I have this plug. I'm thinking about running to this loom down, running this cord through it, and actually thinking about taking a small little hole right here under the bottom of that plastic cover, so that way I can shoot some wire down and all this front facing is clear, and you don't have to worry about seeing the cording or stuff like that, because when you get with these real ruckus guys, they're gonna see that instantly. So I want to figure out a way I can actually make that actually clean, because if I'm throwing a 3-piece, I'm not gonna say anything more. But now that I have this thing undone, I think the best case scenario for me is going to be running it from the bottom of the gas tank here, this point, and running this cord up to start leading the engine bay and getting all that, maybe underneath the seat as well, because I want all that to be lit, and I don't want to have to stick something here on the frame rail on one side. I think that'd be kind of gross. So let's see what we get with this. Well, I'll be damned. There was two. Hell yeah, brother. Okay, so jacket did have to come off, but I am gonna go ahead and cut into this loom down here, run this through, and figure out what I'm gonna do to drill down here. So I'm gonna take my time with this kit. I think I do have a 2-inch hole saw back in the apartment. I really don't want to go that far and that deep with it. We'll see what happens when I get to it. Okay, so with that, I ended up cutting down the whole coverage here. So no wires were touched, of course. I'm a pro. So I've got it tucked way down here below this other loom here. So it's ready to go. All you gotta do is just take this thing back up the most professional way that I can. And after that, it's literally just gonna be getting the rest of the underglow started. And of course, as you saw, I got carried away and finished the installation without you. My bad, pimp. But here it is so far. I just put it on a strobe mode just to see how the flow is, and I think I did pretty good. Like I said, I started out here with the top on the fork, and of course that cord is now tucked in on this main harness loom here, all the way down to the bottom. 2 diodes below. My extension is running from the bottom of the tank all the way up here on this loom. And right now, I just have this kind of bread tied right now because I ran out of zip ties. My ties are in the apartment. So I'm gonna run up there and go tie these down with the bike. But I just did this just in case so I wouldn't forget and it's not sliding all over the place. So I got that 2 points down below here. One here, one there. And these little extensions are not very long from light to light. As you can see, it's maybe like a few inches. So I ran out. I came to the back end here under my FLP license plate bracket, and I did have an extra diode. I was thinking about running it into here under the casing because there was room, but there's just, the only one you could do it with is this end piece here, where there's not more cord coming out of it because it can't lay like this because of the curvature. There's not enough surface area for this to stick to. But if I did it like this, it would have no problem, and that cord would be tucked on the back side here, not coming out of this, of course. But I'm gonna save this for somewhere here on the back side or on the front fork for when I get my wheels and tires in. So this I will save, so I have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. I'm not showing under here because I need to tighten some cords down. I didn't have my drill, so I literally just ran the cord all the way from here on the backside underneath and figured eighted it between 1 and 2 diodes, the cording between it. This is where I did the looping at and ran it back. So that way I didn't have to do any drill for now. So that way I can go ahead and ride tonight. So this is what I got so far. The colors are pretty vibrant as you've seen on the B-roll. I'll go ahead and shut the light off just one more time. I'm gonna keep that right over here. Honestly, I think this is gonna do the job, especially for the price point of the lights. You know, they weren't super crazy expensive. I know less than 40 bucks, but this is really gonna do it for me. I think this is all I needed. And yeah, it still looks good. So if you guys like the video, go ahead and give it a like and sub. And of course the lights I'm gonna have for the link down below. And if there's anything else that you guys see that I'm doing for my installs, and when I say I'm putting the links in and I'm not, yell at me, and you know, I'll make sure I'll do my best to accommodate you guys. So that's it for the underglow, and I'll catch you for the other accessories.